wait for this, I make the beat drop off.
Bourgeois, Terry,
The sound and them quarter to 12. The certain man and the soul gone to hell.
I was born to be free. Now we are all underneath and valley.
action,
That's a bag of out.
so we
Don't be lazy, tell them don't go.
do anything just for you.
Inside, kill them with you know. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Inside.
Everybody, yadi, need somebody,
Simsima, who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls, them sugar.
Look into my eyes, tell me what you see. Can you feel my pain? Am I your enemy?
As soon as I hit the record button, I got a cough, Morning, nice and decent people. Pardon my manners as I talk to you from a Champions League point of view. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are watching from. Welcome back to BBK Sports. Thank you for making the channel your channel of choice, where you, the football fan, has a voice that I listen to. Because I want to hear what you may have to say. Because here's the thing, right? The deal is today, on this very day, on St. Paddy's Day, will end in tears for a lot of Arsenal fans. So there are fans who are going to go out and celebrate today, St. Paddy's Day and all that. And tonight, they're going to be in tears because they're going out the Champions League. Now, for at least three teams are going home for sure. But it may be 4, 5, or even all 6 runs the real possibility of going home. No one is safe. Even the mighty Arsenal at home, we are not safe, people. And why are we not safe? We're not safe because we failed to end the tie in the first leg. We failed to beat the Leverkusen team that failed to beat a 9-man Bayern Munich. I'm not hearing this Leverkusen hype. They're not good. We were just shit in the first leg. We got outdone. They're not good. A 9-man team, and they don't put the game away. And I think they were at home as well. I don't even think they were at the Alliance. But who has the best chance? If we're going to put percentages on it, right? Arsenal has a what? 60-40% chance of going through? Only because it's at home, right? It's at the Emirates. North London forever is going to save us. If you are Newcastle, you are dealt a hard blow. You were up 1-0, pen, dodgy pen, soft pen, whatever. It was a pen. It's 1-1. They're going back to Barcelona. That's a tall order for Barcelona, for a Newcastle team. Yeah, I don't know if Barcelona rotated their team at the weekend, but I know Newcastle did. They rotated their team, went to Chelsea, and steamrolled them. All right, so Arsenal probably has the highest probability of the bunch of going through because we're at home and we're not in a deficit. Liverpool are at home, but they're in a deficit. Newcastle are away, it's a tie. City, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Liverpool. Good luck. It could end in tears. So if you are an Irishman that support one of these clubs who are playing tonight from a deficit, more likely than not, it's going to end in tears. And for that, depending on who you are, we're not sorry. But we are here to see Arsenal. The next two games for Arsenal Football Club is of great consequence. That's what I said like 2-3 streams ago. And this is one of the games of consequence to us because the quad is still on, right? The quad wankers are out there still pushing the agenda, right? That's a different case. That's a different conversation. And it's of great consequence for the Cronkies because their payout money increases from the round of 16 to the quarters. These men, as much money as they pay, they like to make more. And they don't want to lose out on money just because we couldn't get by the 16th seed team. So money is on the line, pride is on the line, banter and all that shit. It's all laid bare tonight at the Emirates. And we must win. Now, there is, across the spaces, everyone is talking about Max's performance, still rightfully so. I wish we would park that to the Premier League and leave that out, right? Because that can't help us today. And Max will, of course, I'd love to see Max feature tonight. But the energy that I'm seeing around the fan base, they're saying if Max plays, we win, Max. And that's fine. It's cool, right? But do we want to put that type of pressure, that type of energy on someone that's 16 years old? That if the only chance we have of going through is if Max plays. No, that should be a bonus. Max can come on and do his thing. But I don't expect Max to start in a Champions League game. It's a must win. We're literally facing elimination. Imagine a case where Leverkusen score first. We could be in trouble here. And it can happen. This is the knockout round. They have nothing to play for. They are so far off that Bundesliga. This same Leverkusen team have seen a Dortmund team that was nowhere near the Bundesliga title get to the final a couple years ago and had a pretty good showing of themselves when they played Madrid. I think it was 2-1 in the end when Vinny scored and finished them off. But they actually believe, right? I know the fans actually believe. Maybe not the team, because the team is different from the team that did the Invincible and all that. But the players, the fans, they actually believe that they can beat us. You know what I mean? But big up to everyone, man. Big up to Darren the General, manners and respect. Big up to the Toronto Guna. Snow day in Toronto. Get to stay warm in bed for once. Hey, that's right. I was supposed to go to Mount Rainier today with my sister. You know, part of the tour. Yesterday, I took her around the city, and today we're supposed to go to Mount Rainier. But right, it is pissing down rain, cats and dogs. Walking up a mountain in Washington State in March in the rain is a recipe for influenza. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else. I'm gonna have to sneak her to a bar or something so I can watch the game in the name of, showing her around the city. But Toronto, bro, I have to visit Toronto. Somehow, if Jamaica qualify for the World Cup and one of the games is in Canada, I am there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for an excuse to go up north. I'll big you up. Hey, what you really want? We're bringing the vibes today. Yeah, the Emirates have. I want to see a big boy tifo. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a tifo from hell or heaven, whichever way the good one falls. But you know what I mean? I want to see a massive tifo. I want to hear noise, all that, and I do not want to see empty seats at the Emirates on the 80-minute mark. Talking about traffic. Come on, people. Need to fix up. You know what I mean? Because if it's just a poor watch when we're watching our football team, it's a close game. It's not a 4-0 blowout. And then these people are leaving the damn stadium with the game close in the 80-something minute. They need to fix up. Maybe we need to get these people right. Maybe we need to send someone over there to slap the shit out of them. And who could that someone possibly be? Right? That someone could possibly be the chat room bully himself. Man, like Rouse, we need to send E-Ross over there to teach these Arsenal fans how to behave. Stay at the fucking game until the game is over.
Maybach music.
Call me. You want to get your cake? Call me. You want your cheese sticks? Call me. Everyone ready to fire clap.
I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man.
Give me the girl, let me the wickedest love.
Hey, I got to stop that there. Big up to E. Ross every single time, twice on a Tuesday morning. E. motherfucking Ross, the only man to win the Lifetime Achievement Award twice in his first life. Wonder how many times he's gonna win it in his next life. E. Ross, the Don, Big up, man. Big up to Footy Bandston thing. What you saying for today, bro? I do think we win the game, right? And there is a main reason why I think we'll win the game today. And it has nothing to do with Arteta's tactics or none of that shit. It's actually pretty simple. I'll get into it in a bit, but I got to get through this chat. Big up the legends, man. I'm out here doing chores and shit. Hey, kill time waiting for the game, innit? Hey. See, on this side, I wake up, I have about 6 hours till game time. That 6 hours fly by for me, bro. So big you up, man. Smash the likes and all them. Something that the ante is up. Big you up. Yo, Mr. We can watch a stink out of 1-1 today. Scam Footy. You got us winning on pens, yeah? Because we must go through V. You know what I'm saying? We must. We absolutely. We cannot end our Champions League run in the round of 16. Now we're going backwards. Right? Remember the Progression FC. First year in the Champions League, it was quarters. Last year, semis. This year, we must get to the finals. And the path has been laid out for us to get there. We cannot. Now, we have no God-given right to just spawn in the semifinal or final against Barca. I mean, against Bayern and semi against Barca. We have to earn our way there, even though we're on the soft side of the bracket. So we cannot go out tonight. This is criminal. Then we're going backwards. Then what the hell is Standards FC going to say? We're getting 3 goals today. I'm here for it. 3 goals. It's not a crazy take. It's not a crazy take that Arsenal can score 3 goals today. We'll be lucky to get 3 shots on target. Now, if those 3 shots on target fall to someone who have their shooting boots on today, we can get 3 goals. At least 2. I think 2 goals wins us today, though. And I'm gonna need a mistake-free game from Raya. Right? No giving the ball away. Quit relying on Gabriel to bail you out all the damn time. Don't give the ball away. No silly mistakes. I do think even 1 goal can be enough to get us past Leverkusen. But the way Arsenal operate, that's probably how it should unfold on a linear scale because we don't kill games off earlier. But there is a reason why I believe that we will win today. And I'll share that with you in a minute. Keep up the max hype. Keeps Odegaard in the shadows. I wonder if it would be. I just wonder because you know how human beings are, innit? I wonder if Max's hype will breed a little bit of jealousy in the squad. Oh shit! Because you know human beings are, brother. See jealousy every day, brother. In the workplace, in the family. You see jealousy on YouTube. You know, this guy get upset at that guy because that guy gets more views than that guy, and that guy streams with this guy. Like, I wonder if the Max hype will breed jealousy in the squad from the players who are getting paid 10 times the amount of Max is getting paid and underperforming. You know, the players like the captain himself, man like Gabriel Jesus, who's been overlooked in a must-win game at home versus Everton. Like, it was a must-win game. And the manager overlooked you, an experienced Premier League winner, right? Jesus has 1 or 2 Premier League medals, does he not? And the coach is overlooking you, bro, for a 16-year-old. So even if the fans are piling on the pressure, you know, the manager's action is saying that there's pressure on you, Gabby J, because I need to win this game of football, and I trust this 16-year-old to go out there and do it for me. And the gaffer was vindicated because the 16-year-old went out there and actually did it. You know what I mean? Big up to Ross, my G, Jenna, real general. What you telling me, Gary? Hope you're good. I'll be here. I will be here later, even though everybody on their mama will be here streaming later. You know, every non-Arsenal content creator got their watch-along programmed and ready to go. Hate-along, they call it. But let's make them mad. Come on, Arsenal. Do not fuck up tonight. Daps, daps, daps. Yes, sir. States of the final whistle. I don't like 1-0, 2-1, and empty seats. Come on now. And these are the match-going fans who like to call out international fans. Leaving in the 80th minute, bro. It's sickening. I don't like it. The hell, what's up with man? Big up to Yaga. Maybach Music. The man is here. The man is here, you know what I'm saying? Big up to Guna SC. The doctor is in the house. Big up to the doctor. Yes, sir. Big up to Joins. Joins the legend in the building. James Bond outside. Yes, sir. Manners and respect. A knockout second leg and the FA Cup final in the same week. Let's get it. Yeah, these are big boy problems. You know, this is what they call first world problems. You know, if you could be, you know, them man down the road with real problems where they're just getting the can kicked down the road for their relegation at the expense of Liverpool. Because Liverpool, Jesus Christ. I'm still not. Hey, have y'all, hey, the APB is out for LFC Monster, an all post bulletin. Have you seen him anywhere? Yeah, speaking of it. Speaking of it, he's still hiding gyms. Hey, let's APB, an all post bulletin out for LFC Monster, Anfield the Red, Loudmouth Football, Dre LFC, all them, man. Step outside, my G. Because there is a young man named, the channel is called Full 90 with Kish or 433 Presser or something like that. And in the beginning of the season, he made a short where Arne Slot should be sacked or could be sacked by the end of the season. And every Liverpool fan, they cut his damn throat damn near. Even I had to go at him. I'm like, bro, you're in. United were going through it. Liverpool were 5-5 at the time, and they still went at him. And now, brother is being vindicated because those same Liverpool fans now want Arne Slot sacked. And they called him everything but his name when he said that he could happen. Not that it was going to happen, but it could happen. And shit, we're in what, match week 30? Them men wanted Slot out at match week 15 once the league title went. And if they go out tonight, it could be long for him. They go out tonight, he could be told, hey, pack your shit, don't come back. We're going to take our chances. Excuse me. We're going to take our chances in the FA Cup with someone else. Seriously. But these are the questions that we have for LFC Monster. So if anyone in the space sees that young brother, you tell him to come to the carpet. We need to talk. Big up to Mr. Cousteau, Anas, Manas. If we attack, we win. It's really that simple. If we don't, if we do that time wasting football, ain't nothing happening. I do think Leverkusen are going to come on to us. I think they have a level of confidence about them in the first leg, right? Now, whether part of that is on us, right? We gave them the confidence to actually believe that they can have a game with us. But let's give them some of that Bayern Munich treatment, right? I can't get over the fact that, now I know there's a separation between Bundesliga form and Champions League form. But this damn team was placing a Bayern Munich team with 9 men and couldn't beat them. That is great. That's what's turning up at the carpet today. Now, they're probably going to start with Schick. What I do know is that we can't give them the same look we did last Wednesday. We have to show them something different. We must. If that includes Max, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready to throw a 16-year-old out there with that type of pressure on him. I do think he should play today. I do think he'll feature. But I think the manager's going to go with his experience, isn't it? His experienced players. That's what he's going to roll with. It's only Saka that's jealous. Don't even want to pass the Gyökeres or Martinelli. Someone, I believe Saka hears the noise, you know. I mean, these guys are young. They're in the spaces. They're on their phones, social media, X, Y, and Z. They hear what's going on. So much so that the social media director of the club decided to do the Saka contract announcement like a damn social media open mic outside the stadium. When everyone was stepping up to the mic saying, Saka this, Saka that. Grown men. Not just kids. Grown men are saying, Saka is my inspiration. Now, yes, you as a grown man, you can draw inspiration from the youth. But some of that shit was way over the top for big men to be stepping up to the mic talking about a 24-year-old has inspired them to do this, and that. Like, come on, bro. But I know he understands that the money that you're making being the face of the football club and all that stuff will come with some level of expectation. We need you to perform at the level. We need you to perform at the level that enabled the club to want to pay you this big contract. You play at your level today. I think it lifts everyone. And he's probably wearing the armband today as well, Bukayo. Because Odegaard ain't playing. Hope not. So you're going to wear the captain, the highest paid. You play at the level today. We probably go through. Because if you play at the level, you've created a chance for someone to score or you've scored yourself. That's what we're working with. But you must. You have 90 minutes of Champions League life left. You better make most of it because I don't even want this to go to Pence. I don't know how good the Leverkusen keeper is at Pence, but I know I don't really love Raya, particularly in penalty shootouts. You know, no Timber today. No Timber, no Odegaard. I don't even think Benny Blanco is fully fit, you know, so it's probably going to be Mascara out there, if we're being honest. How will that work? I tell you, if you can get 45 out of one and 45 out the other, or an hour out of one, and 30 minutes out the other, 30, 35 with stoppage, I'll work with that. But I think he will more be inclined to go with Mascara to start because he's better defensively, and then bring on Benjamin White in the event that we need to go forward and score the goal, because Benny Blanco is better than going forward than What's his name? Mascara. Big up, man. Big up to motherfucking Jagans. What you mean? And as a man as Jagans, walk good in the street, my brother. Make sure you people are staying warm and safe out there in the world, you know? International fans are the best in the world. You can't tell it to Guna Lee, my bro. You know, our opinions don't count. And I crush that argument every time I come across that, brother, you know, which is not much, because if I can avoid sharing a screen with him, I do. You know, I'm not into the business of telling man them, hey, yo, catch. If homie's going to be on the stream, I don't want to be on there. I'm not at that level yet. I just sit back and be like, if he's on there, I got the link, I might jump on. If not, if he's on there, cool. The panel's big enough. I'll just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the match-going fans. I'm not having to go at the match-going fans, by the way. But it was the match-going fans that last year and the year before that, after we won fuck all, was sitting there, or standing actually, singing Super Mikata. It wasn't us singing it from over here. This man them standing up in the stadium talking about Super Mikata. Those are the ones that the damn social media director lap up and push the agenda that everything is super good at the club, and it's not. You know what I mean? But it's your football club should not be actively playing a game of football with 10 minutes left in a close game and the seats are empty. Like, what? Come on now. Every stadium that I went to in Germany, bro, they had to damn near kick us out of the stadium. We'll lose and draw because it was a vibe. You know what I mean? I was just there for vibes because I don't support the German teams, but it's football, isn't it? Gonna go watch some football, and them tickets in them German stadiums be cheap. It wasn't no North London prices. Imagine playing them prices for season tickets and leaving the damn game early. That shit is criminal behavior, Tone. But big you up if you're an international fan yourself. And the resident London boy, man, like views, you know, my brother. Big you up, my G. I see you out here still doing charity work and that. I see you still giving them Liverpool, man, free airtime. Yeah, the man them out here hating on our 16-year-old. Getting free promotion from views. That man need to send you a check. All the super chats that he got from that stream, he should send you a cut, my bro. Because you're putting his face out there for free. Big you up, my brother. Anazamanas. Yeah, I think even this will go pear-shaped, really. These young managers need to go learn somewhere before they take on these big jobs, bro. Like, no one is being an assistant anymore and learn their craft. Everyone just want to go straight at you. You know, it's kind of like when I came into the service back in the day, it would be 4-6 years before you made the rank of sergeant. You know, when I left the service, man, them are making sergeant in like 2 years, 2.5. But when they get to a certain level, they have the rank, but don't have the skills and the attributes to. You know what I'm saying? So we have men like, now it worked out for men like Vincent Kompany. And because Arsenal are doing well this year and will probably be winning something this year, people think it's the way to go. Like, I don't know, man. We still have a lot of work to do. Because even if you ask Arteta right now, like, brother, he would tell you, if he's being honest, all the mistakes that he's made over the years that he knew he wouldn't have made if he had gotten some experience somewhere else. Like, do like assess Fabregas. Go cut your teeth at a smaller club at Como. Because people are just undervaluing experience and body of work. And I'm hearing people, hey, Cess to Man City. Like, what? Come on now. Cess to Arsenal. No, I don't want Cess at Arsenal. Let him manage a Roma or someone at the upper echelon of the Serie A, where there's actual pressure. Because pressure is an actual thing. You see how good Manchester United are playing now that there's no pressure on them. The 2 pressure games that they played this season, they fucking lost. Pressure game against Grimsby. Once that game became pressurized, when they realized they weren't blowing them away, they lost that. And the next game of consequence, Brighton in the FA Cup at damn Old Trafford, with pressure, they lost that. Every other game, they've been high flying because there's been no pressure. Part of it has been Carrick have come back and just went back to basics, and people are thinking, oh shit, Carrick has done some madness. No, he hasn't. It's basic football. There's no pressure on them. That's why Bruno is out there doing what he did. There's no pressure. Pressure for what? Top 4. There's no pressure for top 4. Them bunch can't tell us about top 4 being a trophy when they trolled us for so long about it. So pressure is a thing. So Xabi Alonso goes to Liverpool, bro. The pressure that he'll be under, there was no pressure at Leverkusen. That shit was a free hit. A free hit that turned into something magical. But lightning don't strike twice, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm sure he'll take it. We need a good tifo, a big one, a whole lot of noise, some ultra, some flares, and some fire. Create an atmosphere in the damn stadium, man. But you know what? The atmosphere in Europe, throughout Europe and the other stadiums, man, the atmosphere in England pales in comparison to these other stadiums in Europe. I'm not gonna lie. Even stadiums in Hungary for like second division games, it's like a war zone. Yes, Eras in the Blazers. Yes, man. Saka is arrogant now on 300 bags. He's the star boy. So if star boy see the new star boy, you're like first kid, second kid. You know how your first child get jealous when the second baby comes. I hope that's not going on. I hope there's none of that in the squad. Because if you ever hear people talk about Bukayo, everyone loves him. You know what I mean? So, but that is a lot of money, bro. You know what I mean? Money can change people. You know what I mean? Dauman is better than Saka in every facet. Dauman is doing his thing right now. You can't say a bad word about Dauman right now. And I do want him to feature today, but I want him to come on without the pressure, right? Because we've seen him come on and do well under the pressure. That was a pressurized game at the damn Emirates, bro. That was pressure. And in 15 minutes, the impact was immediate. Bang. So imagine we see him. Well, we're 2-0 up and you bring him on in the same time. 75th minute, you bring him on. We might see even a better version of Max. Because then he's not solely focused on getting the ball in the net. He's just going to play his game because the burden of winning the game isn't on your shoulders, my friend. Young man, teenager, can't drink a beer, can't drive. None of that. It's mad. He's not a goal scorer. He had 4 years the team built around him. He ain't the guy. Play the new guys. He ain't good enough to be prop like Salah. He hasn't. The fact that he's never hit 20 GA is like by now we would be expecting Saka to hit 20 goals or at least 18, 19, like close to it, there or thereabout. You know what I mean? Like have like because he's on pens, or at least before Gyökeres got here, he's taking the pens, he's taking the corners, all that stuff. We'd expect him to hit, and he's not going to get nowhere near that this year. I don't think any of our players are going to hit 20 goals, 30 GA this season. You know what I mean? Yeah, Saka too cocky now. Like, relax, bud. You scammed your way to 300K a week, 300 bags a week, Yeah. And 300K, hit the ball at the Brighton keeper. It goes through his legs, and he's like, oh, cool. But we need that tonight, bro. We need a big performance from our captain. That's not too much to ask, right? Forget the age for a second. Champions League knockout, asking for a big performance from your captain. Seems like a fair deal to me. If Kepa starts today, is a sign that Mikel is. You know what? No, I think Mikel fancies himself to beat Leverkusen. Now, earlier I said the main reason why I believe that Arsenal will win today, right? It's not because I have any kind of inside knowledge or I'm some tactique or none of that. I believe Arsenal will win today simply because of the expectation on the performance of our players today. Going into last week's fixture, everyone was predicting 3-0 and 4-0, and we were expecting a big result, big performance based on what Bayern Munich had did to Atalanta the day before, and the other teams who finished on the top half of the bracket did to their competition. Right? We were in that conversation. Won every game, 8 for 8, only conceded 3 goals. 2 of those goals was in Carrot where we were done, had it wrapped up and wasn't even playing. Cool, got it. This go around, we're looking at an Arsenal team that we're expecting. We don't even care about the performance at this time. Just give us the goal or get us in the next round somehow. And normally, 9 times out of 10, when you're expecting Arsenal to do something, they do the complete opposite. And I will be back here later leading the stream with, where the hell did that come from? Where was that performance against at the G-Tech Stadium? Where was that performance at Wolves? Where was that performance in the previous leg? I would not be surprised if we win 2-3-0 today. BX Gunner said 3-0 today. I don't think that's a crazy take. I do think we would. I do think we win today 2-0 with a good performance, and we're going to be sitting there like, what were we really worried about? That we have the answers to the test. with all things being equal, Arsenal Football Club, we are better than Bayer Leverkusen. Now go out there and show it. That's it. We're not asking for anything crazy. Batter them 6-0 or 6-1, 5-2. 2-0 at home, you're the best team with the best defense. A clean sheet at the carpet. What's the problem? I think we can. I think we will. For the fact that when we were expecting our football club to turn up and do the bits, they typically don't. But when we're sitting back like, oh, shit, they turn up. Saka is more focused on creating generational wealth for his family business, houses, investment. Well, he's done that. That's check. So if that was the mental block that was holding him back, cool. That block has been checked. Now go free yourself and go play football. Or does he need something to motivate him? Because if the generational wealth was motivating him to play well and give us those GAs over the years and carry us, fine, that's fine. Whatever motivates you. Some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by commitment. Some people are motivated by their legacy or what people are going to think or care about them. Whatever the most motivation is that will cause you to play well, tap into that. Because Saka plays well tonight. The rest of the forward line, I think we win. He's due for a big performance, is he not? Leverkusen will come to play, but it's not. It's noting they conceded against a 9. Bayern finished the game with 9. I don't know at what point of the game that second yellow came, but they should win that and still only manage a draw after Bayern went down to 9 over the weekend. That's what's turning up to the carpet today. You know what I mean? Wait, your home form isn't bad. Surely you're why are you entertaining fans? Injuries to blame. You know you're the only English club to likely to reach the semis. I actually think Liverpool will dig themselves out of a hole today. I think the football gods will actually punish Galatasaray for being so wasteful in their home leg. And this is part of being or finishing in the top half. You get the benefit, you get the advantage of having the second leg at home. And I do expect us to get by Leverkusen. But, we are Arsenal. This is the Champions League. We have bad performances in us, right? Because last week, coming out of the Leverkusen first leg, where most of us, to include myself, predicted comfortable wins, we're saying that, oh, shit, our dead performances from the Premier League had spilled over to Mansfield in the FA Cup, and we thought it would end there. But now it spilled over into the Champions League play. And I can't put that down to anything other than pressure. The pressure of the real competition starts now. And it got to them, which is weird because this bunch of players are experienced. They have played in the Champions League going on 3 seasons now. You know what I mean? And last year's campaign, after we had a dead performance in the league, away at Nottingham Forest, 0-0, we went to PSV away and blitzed them, man, 7-1. Record score in a knockout game away. Good performance in the league, great performance in the Champions League. That's what I was on. Bayer Leverkusen and PSV Eindhoven are probably on the same level. No disrespect. But I looked at PSV Eindhoven in the Eredivisie now, and they're top. They're running away with that league. They're miles ahead of Ajax. Meanwhile, Leverkusen are behind Leipzig. They're behind Hoffenheim. Like anyone in this chat can tell me anyone who plays for Hoffenheim, brother. I think Vladimir Sufal plays for him, the one that used to be at West Ham. You know what I'm saying? So PSV are not this team that everyone is propped up. We were just bad. And are we going to be this poor over 2 legs of football? On a linear scale, I'll be inclined to say no. Stuttgart's above them. Oh, shit. That's who Sufal plays for, Stuttgart. But Hoffenheim, they're not doing anything in Bundesliga, bro. So we should be able to get. It's not being cocky or arrogant or anything, but goddamn, we finished first for a reason to go after them, man. We must. Come on, Arsenal, you got to fix up. Yeah, true, but Bayern basically already won their league now. Yeah, won the league, and they're in the second round with their legs crossed, waiting on Real Madrid. That's what's happening. Watch Real Madrid and City duke it out today, or do they play tomorrow? Does City play today, y'all? I'm so focused on what we're doing. I'm not even know the rest of the games are on. Today Yeah, Man City played today. Same time, same everything, even the Chelsea. Oh, Lord. Can the football guys be on our side today again? Big up to Brian. Big you up. Saka should have been about to break the assist record, not Bruno, but he's too selfish or not in the IQ in the final third. Yeah, something. The system, him being ran into the ground, the hamstrings, all that start together. And part of it is also pressure, right? What we're playing for, there's pressure on us. There is no pressure at Man United right now. Them men are just freelancing. That's why they look so good, right? But had they been playing for something, I'm not sure they'd be playing the type of football that they're playing. But we'll see soon enough. But I've seen lesser teams bop us at the Emirates if we don't come with the intent to play. And if this bunch of players, like, there's no team talk needed today. If you're making, there's no team talk. Don't come on the pitch and huddle around the center circle and all that shit. Don't do it, Chelsea. And respect the ball and all that. There is, brother, what's at stake is your legacy. Number 1 seed to go out to. Come on now. Now, if one of the teams with Champions League heritage had fallen down into the round of 16, or into the playoff, and we just happened to be matched up with them, but no disrespect, it's PSV. I mean, it's Leverkusen. I keep calling them PSV because you know the connection I'm trying to make. But I hear you, Mr. Cousteau. Reece James and Saka come back from injury, beg for a pay raise. Reece gets his and suddenly turns lukewarm. Warning signs are there. That's a fair point. And I do think that Reece James' contract was deliberately announced at the time to distract Chelsea fans away from the 5-2 poor performance. Like the PR machine, like we know PR when we see it, because no one does PR like our club. Bayern is already in the quarters. Yeah, right. Bayern are chilling. Yeah, man. Jagans. Jagans for Jagans, because Jagans share the same name with Mr. Silky Ross. A number of our players should be racking up goals and assists. Yeah, Arsenal may shock us tonight, bro. And you'd be like, damn, where does that performance go? Now, they can shock us in a bad way and go out. Leverkusen will not lay down. But the thing is, we have to score first. Right? We score first. They try to open up. We can get some more goals. But what we can't do is score first and do what we normally do. That shit is risky. Seguda Lee is basically Humpty Dumpty with a beard. And he swears he's the smartest in the room, you know. Shouts and talks over, man. Man will talk for 20 minutes. And then you be quiet, you go to rebuttal, and as soon as you get 2 sentences, he jumps back in. I'm just like, you know what? I can't, bro. I just let homie be. That Germany club ownership 50-1 thing is good. It works for him. And culturally, I don't think that would ever work in the UK. Too many agendas. Bayern about to start a teenager in goal. Anything can happen now. Anything ain't gonna concede 5. If you win the league this season, do you see a risk of Arteta not changing his tactics up and teams finding you out next season? That will be So I've asked the same question to everyone that I will listen to. I ask them, if Arteta wins the league, does he double down or does he release the shackles now that he's a Premier League champion? And I'm honestly, I'm of the opinion that he will double down, because you do not change a winning formula, do you? Like, we're not paying Mikel. The club is not paying Mikel. The fans are not supporting Mikel to play pretty football. He's been hired to win us trophies. So if he wins us trophies, say he wins a domestic treble, right? Say he wins the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao. You can't seriously be like, hey, you need to change what you mean change what I'm doing. What I'm doing just won 3 trophies. Now, I think Sheldon has said this season is a byproduct of the buildup of last season and the season before that. That's going to push us over the line. So if it pushes over the line and we end up happens to leave with 2 or 3 trophies, he absolutely is going to double down. And it's a conversation. At the end of the season, the fan base we'll sit back and be like, hey, you know what? There's a price to play for this type of football. And it's nothing less than a Premier League title. But maybe he can shock us. Maybe. But Arteta won't get the luxury. No. Facts. Como have pressure to get Europe now. Going into like there's the pressure at Juve, at Inter, at Milan, at Roma and Napoli is different than the pressure at Como. No disrespect to Como. Right? There was pressure on Brentford to get Conference League. That's Europe. They shit the bed yesterday. Right? We've seen Forest spend most of the year in third last year and fell down to sixth or seventh. It's not the same. You know what I mean? The pressure at the big clubs and the pressure at mid-table clubs. That's why the managers like Graham Potter and these men can cook at Brighton and then go to a bigger club and shit the bed. You know what I mean? Hey, big up Eros, man. Never want to see that scrub Fabregas at my club. Go man, it's Chelsea, you loser. You saw them comments, yeah? Them comments actually makes people believe what the hell Van Persie was talking about. Because Cesc is hurt that he didn't win more trophies at Arsenal because we were going through that transitional phase where Wenger was lying his ass off to protect the club. And we were just there. You know, we were just vibes FC. Play good football, don't win nothing FC. You wouldn't have taken Ranieri after he led Leicester to Premier League. I think any manager who wins a Premier League should be given a certain amount of grace because it's not an easy thing to do, and only a small number of individuals in the world population of over what's the world population now, like 3 billion people. Only a select few of individuals can say I did that. You know what I mean? But what I did like that Leicester didn't do was just give Ranieri unlimited reign after he won the Premier League because he got sacked shortly thereafter, right? So Arteta wins this Premier League, right, brother? It's the next year. It's the rest of your contract. It's not build him a statue outside. Nah, hell with that. Now, if he wins the Champions League, that's a different story. Go build that statue. Fuck all that. You know? But yeah, you can't just win and oh shit. Unlimited contract at the Arsenal. Nah, my bro. If Fabregas goes currently to a struggling Palace and gets them back to dominating FA Cups, is this good enough to convince you? Nah, he has to manage one of the big clubs, man. You know, one of the big clubs with big egos and big players with real pressure. There's no pressure at Palace to win. I want to see how he acts under, because when he comes to Arsenal, we're going to apply pressure. So I want to see how he handles pressure. Maybe even in Spain, where he's more comfortable, right? Where he speaks the language. You know, he might speak Italian, don't know, but he was homesick while he left Arsenal to go to Barca, right? 2011, man is homesick, he leaves. Cool. So if he goes to Spain and manages a Villarreal, get some more experience there, then go manage a big club with real pressure. Because I don't see him managing Barcelona or Real Madrid. Those two clubs are poison chalices. But I think he needs to develop some more. Because the pressure will be big when he comes to us. Should he? Dalman on the last 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm here. It's ideal. But I prefer those 20, 30 minutes to be more calm, not chaotic like what we just had to throw him onto. You know, there's something about, hey, throw on a 16-year-old to win you the match. That one off. That can't be a reoccurring thing. Fabregas ain't going backwards and moving to Roma and Juventus, who won't allow him to mesh with youth experience. But that's fine. That's the politics of the clubs. I'm just using the club's name as a step up from Como. You know what I mean? Because Como could be so grateful to him. Like, if Jurgen Klopp had stayed at Mainz, they wouldn't have sacked him. They would have kept him there forever. But when he leaves Mainz, he goes to Dortmund to compete with Bayern, and the rest is history. He had to take that step. Because the pressure at Mainz and the pressure at Dortmund was different. You know what I mean? Salah came into the league at Saka's current age. Salah was explosive. Yeah, tied that into Roma nicely, you know? Big up, man. Barris. Hey. Barris is a folk hero, you know. Being at home is huge. Massive. North London gonna save us. Did you recently smash Atleti on home soil? Why are doubts for her? Because this is the playoffs. Or this is the knockout. We have historic. We blamed Bayern Munich 3-1. Right? But I don't believe if this version of Bayern Munich turns up, For example, if they were on our side of the bracket and we had Bayern in the second round, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be confident because I couldn't lean back on that. Completely different now. We see. Did Man City beat Real Madrid in the group phase? I'm sure they did. I don't remember the result between Man City and Real Madrid in the group phase. But what I did see was Real Madrid get slapped up. Man City gets slapped all over the park. And the tie should have been over if Vinicius Jr. was a serious bro. Or if he had let Valverde take the penalty. But different gravy now, bruv. Then Kepa Pen performance against Crystal Palace. Man went the wrong way each time. Which one is better, Pen or Raya? Kepa or Raya? Because we've seen the Manchester United FA Cup is engraved in my brain, bro, when Man was diving 2 days early. And everyone was just walking up, waiting for him to dive and kick the ball in the net. Yeah, man, it's night and day, bro. And plus, that Bayern Munich didn't have Musiala. Luis Diaz didn't play. He was suspended. I think he had broken Hakimi's ankle or some shit. Why is Saka's wage such an issue? Havertz, Odegaard wages, they're the issue they've been given. Saka been carrying the team for 3 to 4 years. It's not an issue for me. It isn't. I've already said when the contract came out, I laid out the Kroenkes, how they operate, right? And if you look at Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, is making 55 million or 50. Steph Curry is the only player who makes more than Jokic. Right, the LA Rams, the quarterback, Stafford, 48 million. So if you're Kroenke and you're the businessman, and you're looking, I have to play the best player for my Denver Nuggets team, almost 60 million. And I have to play the quarterback. And quarterbacks make big contracts, big money, the most important position in NFL. He has to pay him 48. Then he looks at Arsenal and said, this is the guy that's the face of my franchise. That's been carrying my football, and I only have to pay him 15. Hey, sign him up now before they renegotiate and change their mind. Because that's what 300 bags is, 15 million a year. So that was my thoughts on the thing. The problem is we're going to have a bunch of guys contracts up because I think Timber's on 90K a week. And we know how Timber's been performing this season when he wasn't ran into the ground. So when his contract comes up, that's double. That's going into the 200s, easy. Gabriel just signed. Saliba just signed. Saka signed. Declan Rice is in for a new contract. Now, he's already on 2-something. But, yeah, these two, Havertz, these men need to go. You know what I'm saying? Because between these two, between these three, we can get 4 quality players on them wages. Why is there a discussion about expectation versus reality when your home form shouldn't be an issue? Brother, it's the Champions League knockout round. This is the first game we're playing at home in the Champions League. Home form in the league, has been good. Only Man United has beaten us. But that means nothing today. We haven't lost any games in this competition. But home form in the league and any other competition in the Champions League is completely different. You can't, bro. You can't. I really listen to the new stuff. I can listen to old school music all day, Jagans. All day and every day. You won't hear too much new shit on my channel. When I play music, it's going to be some old classics. And we are recording today on the Cold Corner Rap podcast. So that episode might be out tomorrow, depending on how long the show goes. We better turn up. They can get a goal. They can get a goal, but it better be a consolation goal. They score, we score 4. We just can't let them score first. Saka either needs surgery or rest. Also need a good manager, a good man manager. In the World Cup year, Yomi, he's getting none of that. None of it. No rest. No rest for the wicked, He owes us a big performance. He owes us a hat. Yeah, brother. He owes us something. You know what he owes us? He owes us a berth in the quarterfinals of the Champions League versus Bodo. And I need to apologize to Bodo because when I'm listing off names of the teams who kill their games off in the first time, for some reason I keep leaving out Bodo because I'm like, they're not supposed to be here, but they are. And they got their eyes on our sides, right? So big up to Bodo, big up to Real, big up to Bayern, PSG. Yeah, all 4 of them. Probably rotate an entire 11 today and rest for the quarters. I don't care about player wages. If you're paying shit, come out the team. Yeah, 100. Yeah. The only thing I care about the player wages is that when they pay all the players all this money, for example, when they give Trossard a bumper contract for no reason, and then the transfer window come around and they'll be like, we don't have any money. Okay, well, you had money 3 months ago to give Trossard a damn double his pay. So don't tell us now that we don't have money for something that we actually need. It's mad. Hopefully the stars align and everything just clicks. On a linear scale, I expect Arsenal to beat damn Leverkusen at home. Big up to Brian, man. Good luck today, bro. Good luck against PSG. PSG are coming for blood. That loss that they had against Chelsea must have really stung them at the Club World Cup. For them to be 5-2 up and postpone their game so they can rest for this game. When you're up 3 goals and they still demanded rest. That is mad, you know. We have the Mikel tax. You don't know the Mikel tax. It's heavy, you know. What is the Mikel tax, right? Because, you know, over here, we got the 50% tax bracket. When you make a certain amount, they throw you in the 50% tax bracket and take all your money. But just on the run of play, just on player for player, our home atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. This is what you finish top of the table for, right? To get the second leg at your gaff. So make it count. Do you know what I mean? Big up to Cooper. Long time, my friend. Thank you for your service, my fellow combat vet. Thank you for being here. Missed you, bro. Hope you're good, man. I hope the ankle is fully healed up and all them something there. Yeah, I don't know what Rusty Nero is. Rusty Nero is doing his best impression to piss off Chelsea fans, you know. I know they're trying with him. And Jimmy came out yesterday and be straight up, be like, I was just backing bro because he's black. I like to see a black man be a coach and shit. I'm like, man, fuck all that. The misery don't care what it comes. There are Spanish fans. There are people who speak Spanish or natives of Spain that support Arsenal who can't stand Mikel. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's just delivering pain cake over and over. Germans have good ethic. They won't give up. Yeah, but these players aren't German. And they're from all over the world. They're loaded with internationals. Skafane is from like Senegal or some shit. You know? But I hear you. Is Dal in the house? The Oregon goon. Oh, there he is. Dal, you trying to sneak in here, Dal. This guy, you know. Big up to Shot Boss. Today's the day. Sucker makeup for last week. Shot Boss. The manager rewarded him with a damn start in 90 minutes against Everton, and he made a meal of that. So yeah, today, make up for Saturday. That's what you. Because if you don't, I know Nani's gonna be pissed because Nani's not starting today, bro. You know, I can see Mikel moving the team around, which he should. He can't give Leverkusen the same look and the same setup that he did last week. If he changed it up, give him something they haven't seen before. Would you be surprised today if Mikel started Nani on the right, moved Saka into the 10 and play Eze out left? I would be. That would be kind of a radical still. But I think he wants to start Nani, but he's not comfortable with dropping Saka, dropping his captain. You know, so I think Nani's going to hold bench today, and Martinelli will be our starting left winger. I see Trossard is back in training, but we know, bro, we know he's not fit. So let him rest. Bodo Glimmert are waiting for you if you get past Leverkusen. Am I right? Can't recall. Yeah, it's Bodo. And then after that, it's Barca if we get past them. Barca or Atletico. Yeah, so it's not as easy as they make it out to be, but it is easier than that side. There's a lot more big ears on the other side. There ain't no walkover. They're going to give us a problem. And they are keen. They have time to focus on us. Their season just started. Like the Champions League essentially is like a preseason for them, man, because they play their season at a weird time. That's why they got that turf pitch, because the grass can't survive that shit weather. They might be trying to distract from our poor performance, but trust me, it's not working. The PR, bro, these American owners, they're known for some PR. You know what I mean? But is his injury serious? Is it the same hamstring? Because I know he had the surgery. I saw he did. I can't endure this football anymore. The price to pay is a Premier League title. Are you willing to go through another season of this to go to do back-to-back Premier League champions? I am. You know, it's like when the Jamaica makes the World Cup, right? And the tickets to go see the game is $800 for the nosebleed seats. What's the price are you willing to pay to see the country you have your allegiance to play football? I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna swipe that fucking card. You know, so we can quote. You know what he said, Brian. Don't you know damn well what he said? Yeah, you just try to me have a dig. But yeah, basically he said he had wished his career started at Chelsea because of the trophies that he won at Chelsea. Basically, man is saying, yo, Wenger didn't win me shit. But he's saying what the fans said out loud. But apparently he's not supposed to say it out loud. Like he is not a human being. Like footballers want to win, right? Especially when you have the talent that he had. And he didn't win as much as, you know what I'm saying, that he had to leave. So man was saying, I went to Chelsea and did what I should have done at Arsenal. That's what he said. Big up to Dre. Sack Orange Slot says, Dre people, make sure you go sub to JTV. Liverpool fan, does great content, and even he has jumped on the slot out train, which I thought I would never see. The man who won you the Premier League as a debutant, and you want him gone. It's one of them ones. But big you up, man. Champions incoming. Here you go with this shit again. Not ready yet. Not ready. If you believe that man got put on to win the game, then we have to give the coach credit. I did give him credit. I did. I bigged him. I bigged the shit up out of him after the game, and I continued with the praise. He did. He made it. It's the first time in a long time I see him make a tactical change that affected the game positively. And I actually give him more credit that he overlooked Jesus to put on Max, because Jesus was there. Right? Jesus has been the guy that's been coming on in games as of late. But that stinky performance that Jesus had against Manfield deserves the whole bench. If you get the chance to bring in Oblak or challenge Raya, right? If you've been watching, I know you know how I rate the top goalkeepers in the world for me is Alisson, Courtois, and Oblak. Whichever order you want to put them in, I won't argue with you. But I do think I think Courtois is the best one. But I do think Oblak is top notch. I think he's great. And if he's better than what we got, I'm not against it. Had a deer in the headlight moment when he realized he would be under fire if he didn't win that game. He went all out, which he never really did. That was more props, Shot Boss, when I said that who he took off to bring on Max was even more impressive. I was like Home Alone settings, like, brother, he brought off a DM for an attacker. Normally he's on the like for like thing. Big up to Flybury, Manas and Manas. Big up to Wahaha. Man like Wahaha, you know. I was going through the spaces doing bits. Big you up, Wahaha. Hey, I'm jumping again. 3-0. I'm going 2-0. Goddamn, Cape. Maybe even 4. I think the way Saturday went, that sleeping dragon is awake. Sleeping dragon, Cape says, you know. Yeah, I'm not going there. I think we can score 2 goals today. 3 and 4. I'd love it. But I don't see it. You guys need Kamfaraya, someone with European pedigree, 4 seasons of Raya, and you're seeing cracks. No one's challenging him. Yeah, I don't think the club, Mikel, or anyone is. There are problems at Arsenal Football Club. I don't think Berta or Arteta looks at the goalkeeper position and thinks it's a problem. You know, so. He's our Champions League, Premier League goalkeeper. On Sunday, it will be interesting to see who he starts. Kepa's been your cup keeper. This is a cup final. What do you do? If you're a Kepa, you would feel some type of way. But Mikel has the obligation to win the trophy. How do you make sure you give yourself the best chance to win the trophy? You pay your best keeper. I do believe that Raya is better than Kepa, but it's a final. It could go to pens. Who knows what the hell he'll do. Either way, Mikel, we're winning on Sunday. That's it. I don't care how you win, but I should be sitting here Sunday with the kid on, and we're having a party, yeah? Because I will celebrate the fuck out of the Carabao. I don't care how small it is. Here for it. You need Rice and Norgard in the pivot. Norgard might not even be in the damn squad today. You know what I mean? Man is not playing, and then when he's not playing, he's not even in the squad sometimes. I'm like, damn. So it was maybe, you know what? Maybe the fact that Norgard wasn't even in the squad is the reason why Max came on. Because if Norgard was in the squad, Zubi would have got hooked earlier and Norgard would have came on. So maybe, see, things align weirdly sometimes. But he starts Zubi instead of Norgard. Leverkusen won't be worried about your midfield. I would probably do 3 league titles in a row. I demand better football. Good football is winning football, is what I used to be told. You know, hey, is it winning? Then it's good football. Yeah. 2023, 2022, 2023 was that good football? They call it good football, but we got turned around and got bantered for playing good football. Period. It ends there. Good football sent Wenger on the drought. Matter of fact, the good football is what kept Wenger in the job so damn long. Because the football was beautiful, but a 9-year job because the football is good, so we're paying for good football. Okay. We can't go back to that stage. I get Fabregas being called disrespectful because Wenger was the reason he rose to fame. But Van Persie had, I don't blame him, bro. I don't do the whole snake thing, bro. And the thing is, it's not like Van Persie didn't go over there and vindicate himself. But at the time, you know, we're emotional about it, and I get it. Yeah, he said what he said, Brian. It's difficult to hear, but you know, that's the truth. The truth is always going to be difficult to hear, you know, rather than comforting lies. Raya is our number one. Raya, what? So this is going to be what? His 3rd Golden Glove? But this one might actually come with a Premier League title, so this one will mean a little bit. Kepa not playing on Sunday. He's our cup keeper. What I'm saying is, when the lineup comes out on Sunday, if it's Kepa in goal, I'm not upset. That's his cup keeper. This is the only competition. So he doesn't play on Sunday. So he has to look forward to April 4th FA Cup. And then when we get to the FA Cup final, does he not play in that? You know, what if the FA Cup final is against West Ham or Leeds? Because we could get Chelsea or Liverpool or City in the next round. And it could be Leeds and West Ham on the other side. So if we get one of them in the final, then surely he'll play Kepa. Should we get there? Mikhail sent Ethan to Marseille to start phasing him out. He's choosing Diamond over him for no reason when they could easily coexist. No, he sent Ethan to Marseille to develop. Ethan is a Premier League player. He's ready, bro. Of course, he's going to continue to develop as he older and he naturally progresses, but he's ready. In 800 minutes last year, he proved that he was ready. In a fraction of that, Max has proved that he is ready. He still has to go into his body and all that stuff. But if he's going to give Max if he's going to send Ethan to Marseille to develop and all that, when Ethan comes back with all the stuff that he learned in France, does that fit into our system and the way we play football? That could fundamentally be a problem. Big up to Stockholm Gunnar. We need our number one keeper in the final. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that point. What I'm saying, if he starts Kepa, the logical train of thought is Kepa has gotten you this point, and it's not like Kepa is chopped liver, right? He has, played for big clubs in that, and he got you to this point. And I know deserving doesn't mean anything, but I could go out on a limb and say he deserves to start. It's a cup keeper, and this is a cup competition, right? I think Pep has started Stretford or whoever the fuck their backup keeper is in the cup games. I think even Liverpool did that when they won the Carabao. They had Kelleher in goal instead of Alisson. Or was Alisson injured? Don't know. Questions for LFC Monster, but that brother's still not here, We're not going to let him forget. He's got tithes to pay when he get back over here. Leverkusen press, Everton don't. Jesus will see pitch from the bench before Diamond does. Diamond lacks initiative to track back. Then again, Jesus isn't ruthless or direct. Arteta has a decision to make. I don't think he's going to start Max because in the beginning of games, we tend to be dominant on the ball and just pass the ball around. And then Max isn't that guy to control and the tempo and all that. Max wants to get the ball and be direct and just go score on every play. But I don't think Max is going to start this game at all. I don't. Do you know if the Leverkusen players are returning from injury? I think Schick is already back. Schick was injured in the first leg, but he played at the weekend. He started against Bayern. He wasn't good because they scored first and then drew to 9 men. If Kepa is there for the final, I won't be upset. Yeah, he got us there. It's our cup keeper. It's a thing. Like it's not unusual. But I won't be upset if Raya. I'll be like, hey, Kepa, you can moan all you want, but the trophy is more important than your feelings. You'll get a medal too. Matter of fact, you got us here. You'll get us you played a very key role. You played a bigger role in getting here than Odegaard did. And he's our captain and on big money. You don't need to worry about us. Rossignol will overthink. Slot won't bother to juggle cups. City are your only obstacles in the FA Cup. No. Liverpool. If Liverpool go out today to Gala, they have to take the FA Cup seriously. No, can't spend that and leave empty-handed. So I hear it. Big up Waha. Kepa isn't the reason we lost. Kepa isn't the reason we lost to Liverpool on pens in that Carabao final. He's not chopped liver, like you said. Raya should stick to the Premier League pressure. Yeah, Raya starts Champions League, Premier League, the Cups. It seems like that's the agreement. That's what they're on, right? That's what they're gonna run, and I don't have any problem with it. You know what I mean? But tonight's game, people, we look at the lineup. I'll take a glimpse at the lineup one more time to see what Footmarbat's projected. They have Martinelli projected on the left. They have Eze, Saka on the right, Gyökeres up top. Does he throw Kai in there against his former team? You know, Kai had his best years against German team playing in Bundesliga. Don't know. So, I mean, Kai was so poor against Everton, man. I didn't even know he was. I saw him when he was coming off and when he got fouled for the pen. I thought it was a dive at first, but then you watch it back and you see. But those were the only two actions that I saw Kai in the entire damn game. You know what I'm saying? But in back line, and it has Mascara projected to start at right back. So if Mascara is starting at right back, tells me that we're going to be more defensive. And on the hour mark, you'll see Benny Blanco come in for Mascara. If Gyökeres hasn't banged by then and the game is still hanging in the balance, you will see a change there. But does he bring on Havertz or Jesus? Depending on how the game is unfolding, he'll make that decision, I guess. But Max, who's Max going to come on for? Is Max going to come on and do wing things, or he's going to have to? For us, if he has to come on for one of the DMs, we're in a bad shape. If Max doesn't play at all today, it's a good day because that means we're comfortable and we're out of sight. You know what I'm saying? But if we're comfortable and out of sight, you can argue that he should play. Cafane is projected to start over Sheikh Tillman, Poku, Palacios, Garcia, Maza, Grimaldo, Tapasoba, Andrich, Kwanzaa, and ball switching goal. Arsenal, don't you dare. We are in prime position to make it to the quarterfinals. Do not fuck this up. Don't take them lightly, but approach the pitch with a little bit of confidence, like you're. Approach the pitch like you are the number one seed in this goddamn competition. Because right now the number one seed isn't us, right? The number one seed is Bayern. They're through. Big up the Blacks. Raya in goal must. Hear it. Besides Saliba, who else gonna go out on loan? Actually, come back to regenerate the team. See, but Saliba is a defensive player. We already know that our defensive players are good. When we talk about going on loan, we're talking about the attack, right? Because De Zerbi and Arteta, night and day, right? Like one's night and one's day. That was a part of the thing. Go play in the De Zerbi system and develop your attacking prowess. But he goes there, De Zerbi is gone. I don't know this new coach or this interim, whoever is managing Marseille right now. I don't know what they're about. I don't mind Kepa, but he's not conservative than Raya, which is good. Keeps it simple, sucks at pens. Yeah. And he doesn't get lobbed. You know? Have we ever seen Raya get lobbed? I haven't seen it. I mean, Kepa get lobbed. He doesn't make those risky passes. If Kai were to play today, would you put him in the 9 or with Eze or Gyökeres in the 10? I don't want Kai nowhere near the midfield, Fabry. That's a failed experiment for me. Don't let the Carriat and the what other game Kai played? Was it Wigan? No, this is Europe's elite competition knockout rounds. Kai in the midfield is not it. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't mind. Oh, okay, I read that one. The reason why we lost the league title is because we didn't take our chances. Was Nico Jackson starting the lead, led the line for you that day? Was it? If we lose and don't play diamond, it's peak. Yeah. That will be the headline, and he would have to answer for that question. And there will be a delay in the press conference briefing because it's at home, right? So it's not away. So if the press conference was usually 10 minutes after the game, this one would be 25 minutes after the game, because then he would have to go on to the PR people to consult with them and come up with an answer for the question that's going to be anticipated and asked of him. Like, why didn't Max play today? Like, he essentially won you. Well, not we were up 1-0, but he secured the win that got you 6 points clear of Man City in the title race, and he doesn't deserve a start. Meanwhile, we see you give Bukayo Saka a start and playing for a full 90 after a terrible, probably his worst performance in an Arsenal shirt ever against Leverkusen in the first leg. We see you reward that with a start, and you can't give Max, you can't reward him with playing time. That could be long. Big up to the real bad man. Big you up. What's his name? Habib. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Is he an attacking guy? Don't know. Won't pretend like I know what his philosophy is. But I do know I want Ethan back at the club. And I cringe when I hear people talk about him being ushered out the door. But the evidence suggests that there is smoke there. You know, now where there is smoke, there's fire. Make sure we sub to Wahaha, people. He is our resident Man United ambassador. But big up to Dal, man. Big up to you. We cannot slip up today, Dal. I'm going 2-0. I think Arsenal do it. They must. And at full-time whistle, probably we'll be back on here. And guess who will be over here with us? Boy Tendio. He will be here quad wanking. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone, man. Thank you all for joining me. Wahaha loves these 1-1s, you know. 1-1s, Arsenal lead win on pens. Let's finish that. You can finish the sentence, Wahaha. Hey, 2-0 says Dow. Mateo going for the hammer. We ain't beating nobody 6-0. You can't win without divine intervention. We pray for it. We pray for it, you know. Divine intervention. We pray for it while we bounce. Yeah, man, big up Kwaja. Habib he's all right. Senegalese international, plays at Marseille most of his career. Actually played at Newcastle to a former defender. You know, you always got, you know, high praise for French speaking players and shit like that. I don't clock you, you know, Mr. Cousteau. But the football gods are with us. Yeah, I don't think we'll have enough to get by them today. I'm actually more worried about Bodo in the next round. Imagine that. Bodo, you know. But I am worried. I'm not gonna pretend like we're just gonna steamroll Bodo. Bodo has something about him, and they play freely, and they are playing with house money as well. But you know. Arsenal game is so weak. And those who were in here early and didn't know what the Arteta tax was, this is it. The Arteta tax eating our game. Yeah, I got you, man. Well, love, people. Thank you for your time. Thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate your time. And if we win, I won't be back later. If we lose, I'll be here to answer for my crimes against football or my club's crimes against football. Yeah. So big you up every single time. And like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Mac, I'm gone now.